Hello, Mary. There has been talk from time to time, here and there, around and about the difference between spirituality and religion. As to spirituality, I rather like what Bhagavan Das says, is you do not have spirituality, you are spirituality. Okay. Very interesting. But this idea of religion against spirituality, we're going to look into that. There's no verses there. There is no contention there. Not at all. The word religion, as many people know, means back to the source, or going back to the source. So whenever you have a situation which you're going back to the source of things, well, that's a religious act. So whether you're talking about a religion or you're talking about something else, if it's going back to the source, well, there's the religion. On a more personal level, whatever is most meaningful to you, which means experiential, well, that's your religion. If you want to make a lot of money, well, that's your religion right there. That's what's most meaningful. That's what directs the whole of your being, or at least we think it does, you know. And that's your religion. If you want greater, intimacy with another person and the sex and all that, well, that's your religion. If that's what's most important to you, most meaningful to you. But keep in mind that there's not a thing in this universe that remains static. Everything moves, changes, and transforms. So what is most meaningful to us today in an egoistic sense, appealing to self-esteem and so forth, that's going to change. So what is the contention here? Why are people wanting to draw a distinction between spirituality and religion? If you go back to the ancient religions, it was just a part of life. The most important example of that, I suppose, would be the ancient shamanistic religion, going back as far as you can go into our past, and right up to today, and it's still alive today, not so alive as it once was. It's being attacked on all quarters by some very unfortunate forces. But the early religions, such as shamanism, Shinto, the religion of India, there aren't any real doctrines involved. It's a religion, but these are religions, but there are no doctrines to them, no dogmas as such. That is, you find what is most meaningful within the religion, and you bring that forward, and you enliven it, allow it to inspire you, and it will open up to greater life, more abundant life. Then with the three major religions of the West, then we have doctrine. These are the religions of the book. And they're filled with doctrines of all kinds. Doctrines, dogmas. You do this, you don't do that. This is the way it is, that's not the way it is. And this has become so ingrained in the world consciousness that people have forgotten what a religion is. The doctrine is not the religion. Doctrine is doctrine, religion is religion. Two entirely different considerations. So consider this. And if you have any musings about the difference between the two, is that the doctrineless religion, so to speak, is more direct to experience. Something you can relate to it in this modern world. Say you got two kinds of apples from the store. One is Granny Mae's apples, and another would be Farmer Pete's apples. So I sit down and says, which do I want? Do I want a Granny Mae or a Farmer Pete? And they'll go, neither. I'm not eating Granny Mae, I'm not eating Farmer Pete. I'm eating an apple. Okay, it's the apple. That's the direct to experience, and the others abstractions we give to the mind that cloud the issue, that cloud the knowledge. And that can be applied to all things, including religion. So come back to the source, and that source is direct to experience, and is direct to knowing. Then there are doctrines within some religions, religious systems, that seek to do away with themselves. And you could say this about Hinduism, and you could say it about Buddhism. That, yeah, okay, there are doctrines there, but the doctrines are for leading you away from a dependence on those doctrines. And this is what a good teacher does. If you come across a religious teacher who says, I have the answers, pay attention to me, I'll tell you what to do, and you'll get there, if you do what I say. No. That's not a true teacher. A true teacher says, here, these are things that you do. And in doing these things, you will be free of anything of the mind. You will be free of me. You will be free of the words in this book that I carry around, or whatever. So a good teacher, a good religious, spiritual teacher, they're one and the same, will take you away from the doctrines. So that gives a little idea about how bogus the whole argument about this is spiritual, it's not religious, or this is religious, it's not spiritual. They're the same. They're the same. There's no difference. So what has worked for me is to divide the idea of that some religions are based on doctrine, some religions are not, and then go from there. So, there you are.